talking about peace. Peace itself, right? Islam literally means peace, but we're not going to be talking about Islam directly. We're going to be talking about this feeling of peace, this feeling that so many of us want to feel.
From beautiful seas to flourishing legacies.
Now, I had a conversation with someone. I remember on being on the phone, and I remember that I asked us both to make an intention. So we know what to expect from the conversation, or hopefully something that we could work towards, because it was a very toxic relationship. It was very difficult. There was a lot of stuff going on. There was a lot of like passive aggressiveness and all of these things. And I wanted to just be clear with the intentions, right? Because I chose to communicate with this person. So anyway, what happened was, I remember this person said, I want peace. I want peace from this conversation. And I remember thinking, I want peace too, right? But I don't know if I will get it by the end of this conversation. But I didn't say that because, again, this person was very hypersensitive and I didn't want to rock the boat. And you know how it is. So anyway, what I did say that I wanted from the conversation was, I don't have any expectations, but I really hope that the best thing for both of us will come from this conversation, or something along them lines, right? And we had the conversation, same behavior, gaslit the whole time, guilt, manipulation, all of these things. And I ended up getting angry. There was huge reactive abuse. And then by the end, they ended up saying, you have so much anger inside of you. You're in so much pain. And I just feel really bad for you that you have to carry all of this. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, they literally did redefine the whole narrative, right? So anyway, what happened was a couple weeks after, decided that, you know what? I will try and overlook this and I'm going to be vulnerable, right? Big mistake. So anyway, it wasn't a big mistake because only a mistake if I learned from it. But anyway, I decided to be super vulnerable with this person and tell them about all of the sisterhood wounds that I had and all of the pain that I'd gone through with all of these things. And they were just kind of like lapping it up and they were like, oh, I never knew this about you. So anyway, the real defining time of our relationship would have been when I saw this person in person, and I did, and it just and after an incident happened, and it just showed me that, okay, no more, because people will come to you sometimes, most of the time, if they are toxic or narcissistic. And I don't know if this person is narcissistic, but they certainly have certain qualities that do fit that criteria. They will come to you and they will tell you that to be a good person, you must want peace. And this is how you get peace. And I do agree that peace is something that we want. Peace is something that we need inside of us, right? But I also knew that when that person said that on the phone and they said they wanted peace, and I remember talking about it with someone after, and I remember just kind of like breaking down with this person and realizing why I was so upset about the whole situation. And it was because for the first time, I had finally seen the pattern. I had seen the pattern before, but I had seen it in real time. And I had noticed that I know what you mean by peace. The peace that you're talking about is the peace that I, or the codependent, acquiesces to your needs. They feed you. They tell you everything that you really need to hear right now. They make you as as if that you are okay, you are valued, and your words are heard. Whilst in the meantime, they're accusing you of all of these things and making you fit into their reality as someone says it so wonderfully, that you're literally a side character in their life. And if you have your own life and you put a boundary there, then it's not a good thing, right? So anyway, that's what they meant by peace. And most of the time when people say, I want to make peace, and these people have shown certain behaviors, then it's good to keep in mind that peace isn't always something that means peace for the long term. And true peace is something that goes beyond the conversation, and it goes inside of our behaviors, and it makes us feel peaceful in every single aspect of our lives, instead of constantly questioning ourselves, constantly questioning our self-worth, constantly feeling a lack of peace because of the way this person wants to throw their rubbish onto you, because that's literally what they do most of the time, throw stuff onto you and then guilt trip you for something that you might have said or a boundary that you created. And for them, that is not peaceful, right? So that's when the realization came to me, because I am an INFJ, right? And INFJs, our core function that we try and do, one of our core functions is that we want a harmonious environment. We want a peaceful life. We want a harmonious life. We want things to be aligned with our ultimate purpose. We want to feel a sense of fulfillment. And I do believe that on a subconscious level, and for many a conscious level, that this is something everybody wants, right? Everybody wants harmony. Unless it's a person who doesn't want harmony and they only want peace according to their definition of what peace is. And like we said, and it is worth repeating as well, that peace to them is doing everything they want you to do and nothing that you should be doing to take care of yourself. And the tester for this as well, if you really want to test it, is when you set a boundary with this person, and a genuine boundary, not just to test them, a genuine boundary that is something that you need. And for me, what I needed was time. And that is something that many introverts need as well. And especially after this like difficult relationship, a difficult conversation, we need time. And sometimes it's a lot more time than say someone else might need. And that is something that I needed. So I did communicate that. I said, I need time. And constantly there was messages of guilt trips. Oh, I would do this first. You're my priority. I've been trying to reach out to you, and you're feeling like this because you didn't come and talk to me when I said that I needed you to talk to me. And I realized just observing during that time is interesting, because I took the time anyway, because when you set a boundary, you don't need permission from someone else to set it, because you're the one who's going to do the thing, right? You're the one who's going to step away. You need time. Kind of you to let them know. Amazing. But take your time, walk away, take your time, right? And that's what I did. And this person was like showing the behaviors through observing them. They just begin to show themselves. And then I made the decision that, this isn't a relationship that I want to upkeep, and this isn't something that I feel comfortable in being a part of, because I feel gaslit. I feel like this person's like whatever, you can put all the names on it. And I told this person, and I remember telling this person and thinking, and the day after, and this is full circle, the day after I said this to this person, because again, there's this fear inside, whereas like, am I doing something that is displeasing to the creator? Because there's that kind of gaslighting that happens to you, right? If you don't do this, then this is going to happen. If you disobey this person, this is going to happen, and all of these things. And I remember thinking, am I doing something wrong? Am I doing this? Am I doing that? And then the day after, I had never felt so peaceful after closing off that conversation. And I knew then that this was the right thing for me to do. And that is how I got my peace. And peace will come in many different ways, but don't let a person define what peace is. You have to be, and I have to be, I'm talking to myself here as well. We have to be people who acknowledge that we are individuals and we have our own way of living life, and we have our needs which must be met. Such a simple thing, right? But it's so difficult for those of us who have been raised in homes where we have been told otherwise, where we have been in relationships where there's been a merge of two people. You are me and I am you, and you're an extension of me, and that's reality. And by the way, I'm also a poet, so if you hear some of my words rhyming, then that's probably why as well. But yes, so just define your own peace. Define your own peace. Define what gives you peace, and protect that peace with boundaries. And don't let another person define what peace is, because only you know what is good for you, and they don't know what is good for you. They know what might be good for them. They know what they think is good for them. If it's someone who's super duper unhealthy, right, for you, but they don't know what's good for you. And always remember that. So anyway, I have a free downloadable for you. It is available, and it is a chapter of my book, The Woke Writer. and it is all about surrender, all about letting go. And I really hope that you find benefit in it. Everything you need to know is under this video or this audio, wherever you are listening. Have a blessed day, everyone, and peace.